Welcome, everyone, to the ITSM podcast, where we discuss everything related to IT service management. I'm Jeff Rumburg, managing partner and founder of MetricNet, and your host for the ITSM podcast. Today's show is the fourth edition of the podcast. I'm very pleased and honored to welcome today's guest, Sebastien Adjiman. Sebastien is an experienced business leader with more than 20 years of experience in founding and leading successful businesses in the Israeli Hitech industry. He's the co-founder of Swish AI, a Dell Technology backed startup, which recently successfully raised $15 million in funding. Swish AI is recognized for its unique hyperautomation solution, catering to Global 2000 enterprise customers to enhance their productivity and achieve operational excellence. Prior to his venture with Swish AI, Sebastien held the position of VP Business Development at ByScience, a business intelligence solution provider. At ByScience, he supervised a team of business development executives and solution architects, managing sales channels, partners, and enterprise customers. Before ByScience, he was the VP and head of EMEA for Clarizent, where he played a crucial role in closing deals with large companies such as Accor Hotels, Sodexo, Amdocs, and Full Six. Earlier in his career, Sebastien co-founded and managed the Brightstar Group, which assisted Israeli companies with their international business development, especially in the field of B2B enterprise software products and services. Sebastien also has a strong academic background with a BA in computer science and business administration from the Tel Aviv Academic College. Sebastien, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Jeff, for having me. I'm very, very honored and excited to be with you. Thank you.
My pleasure. You know, Sebastien, my introduction only begins to scratch the career on your brilliant career. So why don't we start by having you tell us a little bit more about your career journey? How did you get here? And what was your career path like?
Sure. So, as you mentioned, my name is Sebastien Adjiman. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Swish AI, and I bring more than 2 decades of experience in establishing and leading high-tech companies. But I have a keen interest in how AI will transform enterprise service management operation in very large enterprise company, and particularly in IT service management.
That's fantastic. You know, the theme of our show today is the impact of AI and machine learning on IT service management. So I want to start with a really basic question that I know a lot of people want to hear your view on. Can you tell us how AI and machine learning are transforming and disrupting IT service and support?
Sure. So 5 years ago, I founded Swish AI. As you mentioned, it's a company backed by Dell Technologies. And we are providing AI-driven solutions to empower IT service management operations leaders in Fortune 2000 companies, such as Intel, Allianz, Philip Morris, Pacific Life, Amdocs, and many more. Our mission at Swish AI is rooted in the theory of constraints. It's a concept introduced by Eli Goldratt. This theory suggests that to improve a system's overall performance, one must identify and address the major bottlenecks that slow down the entire process. Inspired by this concept, we have developed a unique AI technology capable of identifying these bottlenecks and allowing large ITSM organizations to streamline their operations. So Swish AI doesn't just equip teams with tools to manage their tasks, but eliminate the major issues impeding their entire process. Our goal is to make significant improvements in the global system performance rather than making small local improvements that often fail to have a broader impact. That's why Swish AI, sorry?
Go ahead. I was about to jump in with a question, but go ahead. I interrupted you, Sebastien.
Okay, so that's why Swish AI is not just a tool. It's an AI copilot providing valuable intelligence that guides ITSM leaders in making informed strategic decisions. We aim to assist ITSM organizations to work smarter, not harder, by enhancing their decision-making capabilities and allowing them to achieve better outcomes with their existing resources. By deploying Swish AI, enterprises can transform their IT service management operation, resulting in significant performance improvements, cost efficiencies, and better user experience. Our commitment is to drive ITSM excellence and pave the way for a more efficient AI-driven future in enterprise ITSM.
You know, I love the global nature of the solution, Sebastien, because I feel that so many tools in this industry are looking at very specific use cases. And the global nature of Swish AI, I think, does differentiate it from other tools on the marketplace. The idea that if you're going to transform IT service management, you can't be looking tower by tower or process by process. You've got to be optimizing the entire system. And I think that's one of the key differentiators that I've seen in Swish AI. That notwithstanding, in your opinion or your view, what is the most common or perhaps the best use case of AI and machine learning in IT service and support?
Sure. So Jeff, we strongly believe that AI used in the right contexts can become a game changer for ESM, enterprise service management as a whole, and for IT service and support in particular. It will open up avenues for efficiency that were once thought impossible. And this is exactly what we're doing here at Swish AI, as you mentioned. Our SaaS solution harnesses the power of AI to transform a goldmine of hidden ITSM data into actionable insights. By leveraging advanced technologies like natural language processing and process mining, it can make sense of the vast and complex ITSM data. This includes both structured and unstructured data, from ITSM tickets to chat transcripts and more. The results insight that we can provide are not contextually accurate, but are also available in real time, ensuring ITSM leaders that they have the latest intelligence at their disposal to make informed decisions. In addition, our machine learning algorithms are designed to learn and improve over time. This means that the insights generated become more refined and the prediction more accurate, and the recommended actions more impactful as the AI continues to learn from the data. And this is really a power of machine learning and AI. This ability to uncover, understand, and act upon the wealth of insight hidden in ITSM data is what I believe constitutes the real transformation brought by AI in IT service and support. It's not just about handling tasks more efficiently or automating routing processes. It's about providing ITSM leaders with the knowledge and tools they need to transform their operations from a reactive to a proactive model. It's about empowering them to identify bottlenecks, anticipate issues, and streamline their processes. And of course, as a result, allow them to deliver a better service, increase customer satisfaction, and drive ITSM excellence within their organization. And this is, in my view, Jeff, the true power of AI and the transformation it can bring to IT service and support.
It sounds like your strategy is to go broader than IT service and support. You mentioned ESM, enterprise service management, at the beginning of your answer there. And I think most of our viewers have heard of ESM, enterprise service management. The idea there is that you can manage enterprise services the way you manage IT services. Enterprise services might include human resources, for example, compliance, security. There's a host of enterprise services. And many of the principles and tools and concepts and metrics that have been developed around IT service management directly transfer over to enterprise service management. So it's quite interesting that part of your strategy, Sebastien, involves applying Swish in the enterprise service management environment, not just in the IT service management environment.
Definitely. Our strategy is what we call land and expand. So we always land in the ITSM organization, which can be seen as the customer service of IT. And then we turn the CIO into our ambassador to other ESM, as you mentioned, can be customer service, can be HR, facility management, HR, legal. All of them are work items that needs to be serviced as fast and as good as possible, right? So all the technologies and all the methodologies and all the strategies that you can implement in ITSM can be used in other ESM use cases as well. Now, to get back to your question about the use cases that we see. So first, we generally observe two distinct strategies to leverage AI in the ESM space. One strategy sees the AI as a means to automate and replace simple human tasks. This is typically focused on tasks that are simple, repetitive, high volume. Those tasks can be performed with greater speed and accuracy by AI. Now, the other strategy, which I believe is a complementary one, is to use AI to augment human capabilities. It's about harnessing the power of AI, not to replace humans, but to empower them to do their jobs better. And that's precisely the approach we've adopted at Swish AI, as we believe it can have a much more profound and lasting impact. Our solution, which we call the AI Copilot, is a perfect embodiment of this approach. Instead of taking over the functions of human agents or ITSM leader, the AI Copilot equips them with actionable insights derived from processing and analyzing complex ITSM data. These insights augment the capabilities of ITSM leaders, enabling them to address issues more accurately, make informed decisions, and implement effective strategies for improvement. Furthermore, the Swish AI Copilot continuously learns and adapts to the organization's evolving needs and environment. This means it's not just augmenting capabilities at one point in time, but continuously enhancing its support as the landscape changes. By combining those two strategies, ITSM leader will be able not only to enhance efficiency, but also effectiveness in IT service and support. We're putting AI at work by providing ITSM leader with actionable insight that will assist them in their strategic decision-making. And this is what we believe is the real game-changing potential of AI in ITSM.
And that's a great segue, Sebastien, into a topic I wanted to get into, which is there's a common misperception that AI and machine learning in ITSM is primarily about reducing labor costs, meaning reducing headcount. But you've mentioned several times now this concept of a co-pilot that is working side by side with the agents and the technicians and the support engineers, allowing them to do a better job. In other words, you leverage the AI, human resources leverage the AI to deliver a higher quality service. So besides this notion of reducing costs, reducing headcount, which I think is very common in the industry, what are some of the other benefits that AI will bring to IT service and support? You've already alluded to some of them, perhaps globally optimizing IT service management. Do you see quality benefits or service level benefits or what I would call preventive benefits, the idea that you might be able to prevent some of the tickets that are generated either in ESM or IT service management?
You know, Jeff, let's face it, cost reduction is certainly a major benefit that AI offers to ITSM. However, the transformative capabilities of AI go well beyond that. At Swish, we approach AI's role for a broader perspective, just like you mentioned, looking at the holistic value it brings to ITSM and ESM overall operation. The first key value AI offers is unparalleled visibility. For example, our solution uses advanced technologies like natural language processing and process mining to read and understand every single ticket, including its complex unstructured ITSM data, providing ITSM leaders with a detailed understanding of their operation. But it's not just about knowing what's happening. And this generally from all the leaders that we're meeting, they do have a very good analytics module. They know what is going on, how many tickets are open right now. But what they don't know is why this is happening. The why behind the what, that's where real strategic decision-making come in. Mm-hmm. The second key value AI has to offer is its power of prediction and prescription, just like you said. In our case, Swish AI doesn't just provide visibility, it pinpoints performance issues and inefficiencies, and then prescribes actionable recommendations to the leader, acting as a co-pilot not only at the technician level, but also at the CIO level, ITSM head level, at all the leadership level, in order to guide them toward improved operation, suggesting steps to rectify bottlenecks and optimize workflow. The third value is the potential for enhancement of customer experience. We all know that fast and accurate resolution that arise from an efficiently running ITSM operation lead to improved user satisfaction. A positive customer experience not only threatens the organization's reputation, but also has a favorable impact on its bottom line by reducing customer churn and fostering loyalty. It's true that ultimately these improvements, optimization, and enhancement do lead to a significant reduction in cost. But the optimization of resource allocation, streamlining of workflow, and the boost in customer experience, they all contribute to a substantial decrease in operation costs. So while cost reduction is indeed a significant and tangible benefit of AI, the impact of AI on ITSM can be much more profound. We believe that it's about a holistic improvement, strategic enhancement, and fostering a culture of excellence in ITSM operation. Cost reduction is a major part of this transformative shift, but it's the accumulation of multiple other values that AI brings to ITSM. AI, and specifically Swish AI, is a game changer that brings about an overall enhancement in the operational effectiveness of ITSM, thereby creating a positive impact on the organization's bottom line.
I'm glad to hear you take a deep dive on that, Sebastien, and debunk the idea that this is nothing but a labor reduction exercise. In fact, cost reduction can and does result with the implementation of AI and machine learning, but I am so happy to hear you elaborate on the benefits other than cost reduction, because I, like you, believe philosophically that the bigger benefit of AI and machine learning will be the elimination proactively and preventively of tickets that disrupt knowledge workers' work lives, the streamlining of processes, the delivery of faster services, the delivery of a higher quality customer experience, as you mentioned. You know, one of the things, Sebastien, that everybody hears ever since November of last year when it came out is ChatGPT comes up in almost every discussion about AI. And just for the benefit of the audience, what is the difference, or how does a tool like Swish or a system like Swish differ from ChatGPT?
That's a great question, Jeff. And indeed, ChatGPT is a true revolution. And everyone is asking themselves what those solutions like ChatGPT or all the competitors can do for me, especially in the context of ITSM. Now, it's important to understand that chatbots, including tools like ChatGPT or voice bots and Watson, for example, from IBM, are increasingly useful in particular and certain scenarios, specifically for handling what we call simple and repetitive tasks, which represents roughly between 10 to 30% of the overall ITSM tickets. Okay, and this is depending on the complexity of the organization. Those tools are designed to interact directly with the end users, answering a straightforward question and guide users through standard procedures. Swish AI, on the other hand, plays a significantly different role, although complementary. We are focusing on the 90 to 70% other tickets, the complex tickets, the one that have a very high cost and that goes through multiple hops, and you need sometimes go through level 2 or level 3, right? So rather than acting as a frontline tool to interact directly with users, Swish functions as an intelligent AI copilot, augmenting the capabilities of the ITSM leaders or the ITSM agents in order to help them manage and optimize complex tasks, which make up the larger portion of the ITSM workload. The essence of Swish AI lies in its capability to analyze complex and diverse ITSM data, uncover actionable insight, and guide strategic decision-making. For example, consider the intricate process of ticket routing. And I know you're very familiar with this, Jeff. Efficient ticket routing requires a deep understanding on all of your agents' skill set and based on what they previously resolved and their technical expertise, but also consider their current workload. Swish AI, with its advanced AI capabilities, is capable of autonomously mapping the complete skill set of all the entire workforce and their respective workload in real time. Having this map allows the solution to intelligently route the tickets in real time to the right available agent. For example, it allowed some of our Fortune 2000 customers to implement the swarming methodology they always dream of, because it really was a game changer in terms of improving the overall efficiency. So to conclude, while chatbots and other similar tools replace humans for certain tasks, Swish AI empowers ITSM stakeholders by giving them the tool and insight to handle complex tasks more efficiently. So our focus is to enable ITSM professionals to perform at their best, making them more efficient and effective in their roles, and ultimately transforming the way ITSM operates.
Yeah, I like the ticket routing use case, Sebastien. I know when we worked together on some projects a couple of years ago, that was a deep focus for Swish AI. And just so there's no mistake in the audience that's hearing this podcast, we're not talking about skills-based routing. It goes way beyond skills-based routing. This is, as Sebastien pointed out, you're identifying a resource with the capability to resolve an incident. You're looking at their current workload. You're looking at their location, time zone, for example. So what you're doing is you're getting a ticket or a work order to the right person at the right place at the right time. I've referred to it as skills-based routing on steroids, but that really doesn't even do it justice. You're matching up workload with the best available resource at any given point in time. And that's significant in terms of streamlining the process. So instead of sending a ticket, for example, to somebody that might not be working because of their time zone and having this ticket sit there for 6 hours until they wake up and look at it and realize, oh, this isn't my area of expertise. Let me send this to the person in Australia. They look at it and say, no, it's not my area of expertise. You can avoid that ticket hopping and get the ticket to the right resource as quickly as possible. And that's a significant part of the user experience, because we do know that users are very sensitive to mean time to resolve and ticket hops. They don't like to see their ticket jumping around to different resolver groups or individuals who are supposed to resolve it. They like to see that ticket routed, if it's routed at all, one hop, get it to the right person, get it resolved on first contact, if at all possible. So when you think about a spectrum of complexity when it comes to incidents and ITSM or even ESM, it sounds like part of what you were saying is that ChatGPT, Watson, and some of those other tools operate very well at the commodity end of that spectrum with very prescribed outcomes. For example, resetting passwords, Windows, Outlook. questions around that. It sounds like they can function very well at the commodity end of the spectrum, what you called repetitive tasks. And I think you mentioned 20 to 30% of ticket load. It probably is comprised of those competitive tasks. But Swish AI is working more in the mid and complex end of that range. As you pointed out, it's a co-pilot. So you got the combination of the technician and their experience working with Swish AI at the more complex end of the spectrum, which is really phenomenal. This is what the industry has been looking for literally for decades. When I got started in the business 30 years ago, there was this dream that one day there would be artificial intelligence that would help resolve and even prevent a lot of these tickets. And it seems like that's finally coming to fruition. So thank you for that deep dive answer. You know, one of the things that people worry about, and I know you've touched on this already, Sebastien, but with any new and emerging technology, job losses come up all the time. And as AI gains a foothold in IT service and support, of course, that's a concern here. I think you've already addressed this to a certain extent, but I'll ask you directly, how do you respond to individuals who are worried about the impact of job losses as AI gains a foothold in IT service management?
Yes, you know, Jeff, let's face it again, this is a valid concern. Okay, I don't want to dismiss that concern, but and I can understand where it comes from. But if you think about it, the advent of any transformative technology often brings such apprehensions as well. But just like you, and this is why this friendship is going for years between us, both of us believe that AI is not just a tool that will perform tasks and automate tasks, but it's an enabler that will empower people to achieve more. As I told you, at Swish AI, we believe that AI isn't here to replace humans, but rather to augment their abilities. AI serves as a powerful tool that can handle large volumes of complex data analysis, intricate problem solving at a speed and scale beyond human capacity. Yet, the real value lies in how these capabilities are harnessing and empowering human decision makers. In the context of ITSM, AI can provide leaders with insight that can help them work more effectively and strategically. They finally get the intelligence they need to strategize for improvements, plan for the future, and implement innovation. Furthermore, the more philosophy of Swish is to help ITSM leaders exceed their performance result with their current manpower. Our tools are designed to increase productivity and efficiency, allowing teams to achieve more with the same number of people. We believe that this kind of smart augmentation can help organizations navigate the increasing complexities of ITSM without having to continually expand their team. So rather than causing job losses, we see AI as a catalyst for job evolution and even the creation of new roles. As AI takes over certain tasks, it creates space for ITSM professionals to upskill, diversify their competencies, and step into roles that didn't exist before.
Yeah, we see that, Sebastien. We're starting to see the emergence of a new class of support technician. They're actually called support engineers. You know, in North America, an average level 1 agent in a service desk, for example, might start at a salary of $40,000 US dollars. But we're starting to see support engineers show up primarily right now in Silicon Valley, places like Santa Clara and San Jose. And their opening salaries, their starting salaries are about $140,000. They are technicians working side by side with AI. I love your co-pilot analogy. They're leveraging the AI in a preventive and proactive and a strategic way. So their primary purpose is not return to service. That is, a customer calls up and they've got some impediment in the work environment and you're simply returning them to service, or you're resetting their password, or you're giving them a how-to tutorial on some application. They're actually spending most of their time on these preventive and proactive activities. identifying anomalies in the environment and eliminating those anomalies before they start driving tickets into the customer population. So what we're seeing is this new class of emergent support engineer, which has happened before in agriculture, in manufacturing, and numerous other industries. So we shouldn't be surprised that this is going on in IT service management as these large language models and general AI tools begin to take hold. I, like you, believe that this is overall going to be a good thing for the industry. It's going to open up new roles, and it's going to allow those that are committed to the industry and willing to sort of stay ahead of the technology to envision a career for themselves and achieve a career for themselves far beyond that which was possible before AI began to emerge in IT service management. So overall, I see it as a force for good. It's going to benefit customers enormously. It's also going to benefit those who have made a career in IT service management. It's going to benefit them enormously as well. Sebastien, given that you are focusing your career in AI and ESM and IT service management, what surprises you most about AI and machine learning in ITSM and ESM?
You know, Jeff, what surprised me the most is how implementing AI solution in the enterprise world, which is my specialty, has evolved to become more and more accessible and easier to implement. In the past, integrating AI was a very complex process, and it could take quite a while to see tangible results because of many constraints that you have in an enterprise world, whether it's compliance, security, integration with various systems. Now, however, AI tools like Swish are able to provide immediate insights and results, making it easier for companies to reap the benefits of AI. One of the biggest advantages, for example, of Swish is its ability to integrate seamlessly with any ITSM platform, whether it's ServiceNow, BMC, or others. It's designed to extract data, analyze it, and provide strategic insight without causing any disruption. It's like having a super-powered analytical layer on top of your existing infrastructure, empowering your team to work smarter and more efficiently. That ease of integration and immediate impact is what makes the current era of AI in IT service and support truly exciting.
Yeah, I love that answer, the ease of implementation, because I feel that that's at least a mental barrier for a lot of people who are concerned about adopting AI systems and tools within the organization. They're not quite sure how difficult it's going to be to implement. And as a result, they're worried about the ROI. They're worried about the level of effort required to implement the tools. And that's a really insightful answer, the fact that the tools are becoming easier to implement, because I think that's one of the major psychological barriers to the adoption of AI in both ESM and IT service management. And to hear from someone like you, a leader in this space, that the tools are becoming easier to implement, I think will bring a lot of comfort to those who are considering implementing these tools, creating co-pilots for their agents, their technicians, and ultimately their support engineers. I'm going to ask you to make some predictions now, Sebastien. Where do you see AI, specifically for IT service and support, going from here? What are your bold predictions?
You know, I'm going to make a prediction. I don't know if it's bold or not, but I see this happening in front of my eyes. So it's an obvious, let's say, prediction. I see AI becoming increasingly ubiquitous in IT service and support. I believe we're only scratching the surface of its potential. With the ever increased complexity of IT environment and the demands for higher service quality, AI is poised to become a necessity rather than a nice-to-have feature. Moreover, I believe the potential of AI extends far beyond the boundaries of ITSM. Just like we discussed, other service departments such as HR, customer service, facility management, and more are beginning to explore the advantages of AI to streamline their operations and deliver a better service. These departments face the exact same challenges than ITSM, high volume of requests and need for faster resolution, and the importance of delivering a high quality service experience. So my prediction is that just as in ITSM, AI will become an integral part of every department that offers a service in general, revolutionizing the way services are delivered and managed. We envision a future where AI is woven by the fabric of all service departments, enabling them to optimize their operations, deliver better services, and create more value. With this vision in mind, we are constantly evolving Swish to cater to this future need and lead the transformation across the enterprise.
Yeah, that's I like that, Sebastien, because it's very realistic. Oftentimes when individuals make bold predictions, there's really not a connection to what's going on in the present day. But I can clearly see a path forward for the future that you've painted there. And I think it's a very optimistic vision. Historically, there's been this fear of AI. It's going to consume jobs. It's going to, take over the world. There's a lot of, bold negative predictions about what AI is going to do. But I'm like you. I'm very optimistic about what AI will do, particularly in the ITSM space and the ESM space, transforming the quality of the experience the customer has, reducing the disruptions they have in their work environment, creating new opportunities in the future for those who are committed to delivering customer service and IT service management, as well as in enterprise service management. So I'm overwhelmingly optimistic about the future of this industry in ITSM. If you could share a few tips with IT management about how to deploy AI in their environment. And you alluded to this a few moments ago. You said it's getting easier, and that's one of the big surprises to you. Nevertheless, I do sense with a lot of our clients that they're right at the threshold of wanting to adopt AI. They haven't quite pulled the trigger yet. They may have looked at some demos. They may have a chat bot already. They may have a voice bot already, but they haven't taken the full plunge into AI, machine learning, the type of system that you're talking about, holistic system at Swish that completely transforms the way service is delivered, streamlining the service, a focus on prevention and proactivity, and strategically focused on ensuring that users have a high quality experience. But what would you tell IT management that's thinking about deploying AI in their environment? What are some of the tips you would give them?
So, absolutely, Jeff. First of all, as you know, our ICPs, as we call it, ideal customer profile, is very large organization. So the tips that I'm going to give are designed for CIOs of very, very big organization, Fortune 2000 company. So first, it's crucial to understand that successful AI implementation isn't about making sweeping changes overnight. It's a gradual process that involves learning, adapting, and improving. And this is where the theory of constraints that I told you at the beginning of our podcast comes into play. This concept, introduced by Eli Goldratt, suggests that to significantly enhance the performance of a system, the focus shouldn't be on improving every single part, what we call the local optimum. Instead, it's about identifying and addressing the key constraints or bottlenecks that slow down the entire process. So finding the global optimum. In the context of ITSM, this means identifying the biggest bottlenecks in your services processes and focusing your effort there. This approach ensures that you're making improvements where they will have the most significant impact on your overall service delivery. At Swish AI, we have adopted this concept in our AI Copilot strategy. Our technology identifies these crucial bottlenecks in ITSM operations of our customers and provide them with strategic insights on how to improve these areas. Second tip, start small and aim for quick wins. AI can seem overwhelming with its vast capabilities, but you don't have to deploy it all at once. starting with a smaller project or process that can benefit from AI will help you see its value and understand how it works within your organization. Finally, ensure that the AI solution you choose can seamlessly integrate with your existing ITSM platform. For example, Swish is agnostic by design and can seamlessly connect to any existing enterprise ITSM platform, enhancing its capabilities without requiring any replacement or modification. This ensures maximum impact without the need to deal with any change management on top of it. Overall, remember that the purpose of implementing AI in your ITSM environment is to augment your human capabilities, not replace them. AI can provide you with actionable insight and strategic recommendation, but it's the human element that makes these insights truly valuable. AI is there to support and enhance your decision-making process, ultimately leading to a more effective and efficient IT service and support.
That's great advice, Sebastien. I particularly like the idea of starting small, get some wins, and build on that. I think too often, not so much in AI, but in other implementations, technology implementations, we see organizations that try and take on too much at one time. They bite off more than they can chew. So your advice rings true with me. Start slow, get some wins, build on those wins, and go from there. Great advice. Sebastien, we're about out of time, but I want to thank you for joining me as a guest on the ITSM podcast. It's been a lot of fun, and I'd love to have you back again.
Thank you, Jeff. It's an exciting time that, for all of us in the IT service and support and the ESM field in general. I truly appreciate our conversation, and I look forward to our next discussion. Thank you so much, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sebastien. And say hello to your team for me.
I will.
Thank you so much.